Hi, welcome back to Genesis Custom Sabers. And you know, when you're shooting video, optimum lighting is key. And so for me, I've got a window in my shop, and you know, for my kind of shop and the style that I want to go in here to make it an inspiring workspace, a piece of cardboard in the window to block out the light just wasn't good enough. So I slowly embarked on an ambitious project to make a ridiculously overcomplicated way to block the light out of my window. Okay, I started by sketching out a design that I thought would be Star Wars specific, but you know, something that's going to fit and work with my space. I got some 3/8 inch MDF and sketched out my design. I routed a nice groove around the perimeter to kind of mark things and set them off. Now these holes I had to drill specifically from both sides so that the radius matched up. So there you can see my partially drilled holes. Now I can drill from that side, and when I do, all my holes now match up all the way through and give me a nice radius on the intersections of all my little window cutouts that I can then cut out with the jigsaw and then begin sanding, prepping, fine-tuning, and then finally painting. So I've got kind of a nice base coat to work with and the beginnings of my design. Okay, so this is my acrylic sheet. It's got 3 coats of black paint and 1 coat of white paint, just so when seen from the back it's not this big black dot inside my window. And so on the other side it's this nice gloss black, of course, because it's not painted on the other side of the acrylic. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tack, and I've already experimented a little bit. I'm going to just kind of press gently and then just kind of twist. And I'm going to do a few of these dots. I'm going to sample some different sizes. I want to be careful not to scratch it. And basically what I'm going for is just stars. I want to make various different sizes of stars. So I'm starting small, and I'm going to test that and then go do a larger tool. I don't know if you can see, but when I hold the glass up to the light, there's you can see my pinpricks faintly starting to appear as stars. So I've got a whole bunch more to go of various different sizes to give it some depth, but that's the beginning of my star field. Okay, for the next size up star, I've got these Dremel bits, and I'm using a fine point with my Dremel, and I'm going to very carefully do a couple of test stars to see how this is going to work. Okay, I've got a really fine point on there, and I think the trick with this medium speed is just to tap it. I don't want to drag it across and make a line. So I'm going to place my hand on there and just tap. If I'm not careful, it already walks a bit. Hold that up to the light and check it out, and go on from there. My stars turned out beautifully, but one effect that I didn't anticipate is as you move through the room, the window in the background actually gives the stars a bit of a flicker. It's a very subtle effect, but kind of cool. I still need to do some weather stripping around the cracks on the outside because there's a lot of light leakage. There's a little bit of light leakage around the rim of my circular window, which I actually intended because I thought that's more film accurate. So step 1, stage 1 is done. Everything else from here on out is pretty much just cosmetic detailing. So I've discovered my first issue. I had the thing in the window all day today on a hot day just to see if it would get too warm, and it did. So I will be adding air vents to my design. And here it is, the completed unit, or as completed as it's going to be for the near future. I started this project in summer and now it's winter. I might do some more weathering, some more greeblies, but this is it. And this is it with the lighting a little bit lower. You can see the faint glow around the ridge, around the rim of the window, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Here's a close-up of the manual release. That was the parts were laser cut for me by Shannon at Gamer Art Creations. Special thanks to him for those parts that I could not have made myself. Found the handle, cut out the decal with my vinyl cutter, and the temperature gauge, which will help me keep an eye on whatever the temperature is on the other side of this unit so that I can prevent it from overheating and melting my blinds again. So that's my crazy little side project that's been taking up time for the last several months. If you're like me, you know what that's like, to just kind of keep going at something until you finally get what you want. But it's another addition to my workspace here, and for you do-it-yourselfers out there, I hope it's helpful and inspiring. Thanks again for watching.